All right, so the first step when you come out onto the snow is to find a flat space. And that's a space where when you put your snowboard on, there's no slope, so you won't slide away in any direction. Okay, so once you've found your flat spot, the first step is to get buckled into your board. So you're gonna set the board down carefully. Use your back foot and just put your toe on there and keep your heel in the snow so you can hold the board in place. Then you're gonna lift this piece called the high back up. If your bindings are buckled, if your straps are buckled, you gotta lift up on the front of the ratchet and slide it off just like that. Clear the straps out of the way, sweep any snow out of there, stomp the snow off your boot, then put your heel all the way back into the binding like that until you feel it hit the back of the binding. We'll start with our ankle strap. After I pull my pant leg up out of the way, the ladder goes into the ratchet. When I hear a click, I can use the lever on the ratchet to crank it into place until it's nice and snug. The toe strap is designed to go right over the end of the toe. Once I hear that click, I'll tighten it up so my foot's secure in that binding. Then I like to put my pant leg out over the high back and just let it rest on top of the binding strap. Once you get your front foot in, it's time to get your back foot in. So just stomp that snow off your boot, clear the straps out of your way. If there's any snow in here, sweep it out. Put your foot in, slide it all the way to the back of the binding, pant leg up, ladder into the ratchet of the ankle strap. Use the lever to crank it down nice and tight. Repeat on the toe strap. Once you're snug, move your feet around a little bit to make sure they feel good. Make sure your pant legs are in the right position, and you're good to go. All right, so now that you're buckled in the flats, it's time to learn how to move, and we're gonna learn a few tricks to help you find balance and be comfortable on your board. First move, we're just gonna move up and down, nice and slow. Always take it slow in the beginning so you can keep your balance. And when we bend our knees, we also want to bend our ankles and our hips so that everything's even as we move up and down. We'll try a little hopping, landing soft. And if you land soft enough, your board's really quiet. From here, we're going to try to move from one foot to the other. So I'll go over here to my right foot, then I'll go over here to my left foot, and you can see the snowboard bends a little bit. Now I'm going to try to slide the board into that position. Pull it back, slide it, pull it back. Now I'll try just a little wiggle. The next two ranges we're gonna do are our toes and heels, and we're gonna learn how to rotate our body. Really simple. When we ride on a snowboard, we have to have balance over our edges. So you really wanna practice what it feels like to get on your toe side edge. And you can see all I'm doing is I'm squishing with the tongues of my boots with the shins of my legs, so my ankles are bending. Then I'm gonna extend my hips forward a little bit, and my board will tip onto the toes. I can do the same thing on my heels if I sit back like I'm sitting in a chair without using my hands out, and then I lift my toes like I've got a button inside my boot and I'm lifting up to touch that button. So just a little toe lift right there, bending my ankles as I sit back, and I can balance on my heel side edge. If you've got balance on those two edges, you're already winning a big part of the battle when you learn how to slide down the mountain and you need to stop or turn. Final move we're gonna learn is how to rotate the different parts of our body. So I'm gonna turn my head without turning my shoulders. I'll turn my shoulders without turning my hips or head. I'll try turning my hips without turning my shoulders. And I can separate all three of those things, or I can put them together. And snowboarding in the beginning is a lot about connecting these things so that we don't get all twisted up and uncomfortable. When we make a turn, you'll see that we put a little pressure towards our edges. We might point our upper body and our hip where we want to go, and that'll assist the turn to my toes. If I do the same thing on my heels, I just put a little pressure on my heels, my body points where I want to go, and that'll assist me through a turn there. Playing with all of these different movements will help you get a good feel for snowboarding. And all of a sudden, it's not so scary to stand on your snowboard and just have a good time here in the flats before you take it up the mountain where things get kind of challenging. Now it's time to learn how to skate so you can go from the flats to the mini pipe, or you can make it over to the chairlift or the magic carpet later. The first thing to know about skating is that you want your core, your center of mass, to slide with your front foot as you push. So this little move right here will help you feel that. Just push forward and pull back, and notice that my weight, my balance stays on top of this foot instead of on top of that foot. And when you're ready, All we're gonna do is take some little steps, pushing our core forward, and then we'll stand on our board and slide. After you've accomplished this, you can move on to the mini pipe where you'll learn how to put that into action.